Hey guys, welcome back from a video. Today I'm going to be listing the 10 rarest radios in MM2. There's not really a way to tell what the rarest radio is, but I'm going to be basing it off how many people I see it with. Obviously, something like the 2016 radios are going to be a lot more rare than, let's say, the 2018 radios, because you obviously can't duplicate radios. But I would say something like the rarest radio in 2017 would be more rare than the least rarest radio in 2016, just because it was a lot harder to get. So yeah, this is just about how hard it is to get the radio, and also if I just don't really see people with it. So yeah, let's begin. Coming in at number 10 is the Candy radio from the 2019 Halloween event. I was debating whether or not to put this radio on the list, just because it wasn't that far down on the tier system in the 2019 Halloween event. But it is still pretty rare, I feel like, because I never really see anybody with it. So I really think that's why it's rare, because I don't really see people with it. It was from the tier system, so that is why it's number 10. Next up is the blue candy cane radio from the 2017 Christmas update. This radio was 10 snow tokens in the Christmas shop. And this is really rare just because it was obviously from 2017. It's not at the top of the list just because it was 10 snow tokens. And it wasn't that much, but it is still pretty rare because it was from 2017. And speaking of the blue candy cane radio, coming in at number 8 is the green candy cane radio from the 2017 Halloween event. It was also 10 tokens in this Christmas workshop, and I just put this a little bit higher than the blue candy cane radio just because I feel like I see less people with the green one than the blue one. Coming in is the 7th rarest radio in Murder Mystery 2 is the Jaco radio from the 2019 Halloween event. I think this radio is really rare because it was in the later tier of the tier system. I think it was like tier 21 or something. It is pretty far up of the tier system. Might have even been 25. Yeah, I don't really see that many people with this radio. I did actually realize this was rare because I just see it all the time in my inventory, so I didn't really think it was rare. And then everybody, when I did an inventory showcase video like 3 months ago or something, everyone was like, well, you have the Jaco radio, that's so rare. And I'm like, it is? I didn't even actually realize this was actually that rare, but apparently it is actually pretty rare, and I can see why, because it was in the later tiers of the tier system. But yeah. Coming in at number 6 is the Ice radio from the 2017 Halloween event. This item was 10 tokens in the Santa's Workshop, or the Christmas Workshop, whatever it's called. And the reason why I think this is more rare than the blue candy cane radio and the green candy cane radio is because I just see less people with it. I actually kind of forgot this radio even existed until like a few weeks ago, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I would say this is the 6th rarest radio in MM2. Coming in at number 5 is the Minty radio from the 2019 Christmas update. This radio, the only way you could get it is if you spend 70,000 snow tokens to get Log Chopper. Right after you got Log Chopper, you could actually spend another 5,000 tokens to get a Minty. And it is a pretty rare radio just because in 2019, not as many people played as now. And it was pretty hard to get because you had to spend 75,000 snow tokens to actually be able to get it. 70,000 to get Log Chopper, but you only could get it after you got Log Chopper. So yeah, it was 70,000 snow tokens basically. So yeah, this radio is pretty rare. Coming in at number 4 is the Gingerbread radio from the 2016 Christmas update. This radio, I believe, was 10 snow tokens in the Christmas Workshop, and this radio isn't the rarest. I see some people with it just because it wasn't that expensive, but it was from 2016, which makes it pretty rare. So yeah, that is why I think it is the 4th rarest radio in MM2. Coming in at number 3 is the Candy Cane radio from the 2016 Christmas update. This was, I believe, 100 snow tokens in the Santa's Workshop, or the Christmas Workshop, whatever it was called. And this radio is definitely more rare than the Gingerbread radio just because it was 65 more snow tokens, and that is why it is more rare. Coming in at number 2 is the Elderwood radio from the 2019 Halloween update. This radio is super rare. I've seen it maybe like 3 times before. I never see it. Basically, the way you got it was the same way as Minty, except obviously you use candies. It was 80,000 candies to get Elderwood Siphon, and after that you could spend 5,000 candies to get the Elderwood radio. And this radio is super rare. I just never really see anybody with it because a lot less people get the Halloween items than the Christmas items, because during Christmas people like maybe get Christmas money and they spend it on the MM2 update, but for Halloween nobody really has that, so less people just get the items in the event. And that's why I think this is more rare than Minty, just because like not as many people had it, because less people, I'm guessing, spent their money to get it. Before I reveal number 1, I'm going to be saying an honorable mention, and that honorable mention is the Cole radio. The reason why this isn't on the list is because I feel like I see a lot more people with it than all the other radios from 2017. It was the same way you got all the other radios. It was 10 snow tokens or Christmas tokens and I just see a lot of people with this radio. I don't know why this radio, but I just see a lot of people with this radio. That's why it's not on this list, but it is still a pretty rare radio. Alright, coming in at number 1 and what I think is the rarest radio in MM2 is the snowy radio from the 2016 Christmas update. This radio is so rare. I actually didn't know this radio even existed. I've never seen this radio before, ever. I didn't know it existed until I saw JD's video on the Christmas update like a few weeks ago, and that's why I actually made this video, just because I wanted to say how rare this radio is. Just because, when was the last time you saw this radio? I've literally never seen it before, I feel like, because it's just so rare, and I just didn't even know it existed, which is insane, because every other radio in MM2 I knew existed, except this one. This radio is just so rare. It was 300 snow tokens from the Christmas workshop, and this radio is just so rare. It was 300 snow tokens, which is a lot, and also a lot of people just didn't really care about radios back then, so they just didn't buy it because they're like, who cares, it's just a radio, and then they didn't know that it was actually a really rare radio in the future, and that's why I don't really think this radio has a lot of owners, just because nobody really cared about radios back then, I feel like, and it was also a lot of snow tokens, so people just didn't really buy it. So yeah, that is the 10 rarest radios in MM2 in my opinion. I feel like these are the rarest radios just because I never really see anybody with them, and they're really hard to obtain, most of them. And yeah, I think that'll be for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll throw that outro. Peace.